What really brought down the Roman Empire? Most people point to invasions, economic collapse, or political chaos. And yes, those played a role. But there's another side to the story that doesn't get talked about much, one filled with rituals, superstition, secret alliances, and an empire slowly losing confidence in itself. Rome wasn't just built on military strength. Religion and symbolism were deeply woven into everyday life and politics. Leaders often looked for signs from the gods before making major decisions. Even something as small as an unlucky omen could delay military campaigns or affect political choices. As Rome expanded across continents, it absorbed new cultures, beliefs, and spiritual traditions. Egyptian rites, Eastern mystery cults, and foreign gods entered Roman society. At first, this diversity seemed to strengthen the empire. But over time, it also created divisions and competing loyalties. Some secret religious groups became especially influential. They held private initiation ceremonies, guarded knowledge, and strong internal loyalty. While many were harmless, they sometimes created networks of influence operating outside traditional Roman authority that made some leaders uneasy. At the same time, public rituals began serving more political purposes than spiritual ones. Grand festivals, sacrifices, and spectacles weren't only about honoring gods anymore. They became tools to keep citizens entertained, unified, and distracted from growing problems like inflation, corruption, and military setbacks. Inside the imperial court, things were even more complicated. Power struggles, betrayals, and assassinations became common. Some rulers reportedly relied heavily on astrologers, fortune tellers, or mystical advisors, hoping supernatural guidance might secure their rule. Whether this truly shaped policy or simply reflected desperation remains debated. But one factor often overlooked is psychological decline. For centuries, Romans believed their empire was destined to last forever. That belief gave people confidence and unity. When repeated crises struck, disease outbreaks, economic instability, external threats, that sense of inevitability began to fade. Doubt replaced certainty. And once people stopped believing in the permanence of their institutions, those institutions become fragile. Social values were shifting too. Early Roman identity emphasized discipline, civic responsibility, and collective pride. Later, wealth inequality grew, political trust declined, and many citizens felt disconnected from leadership. Soldiers sometimes fought more for pay than patriotism. Religious transformation added another layer. New belief systems spread widely, reshaping ideas about authority, morality, and identity. This wasn't just religious change. It reflected a broader cultural transition that altered how people saw the empire itself. Some historians argue Rome didn't truly fall overnight. Instead, it slowly evolved. Western political structures weakened, while Eastern regions adapted and continued in new forms. But the dramatic narrative of collapse persists because it captures a deeper truth. Even the most powerful civilizations are not invincible. So were secret rituals and hidden political schemes the main reason Rome declined? Probably not by themselves. But they reveal something important. Empires don't crumble only from external attack. Internal fears, shifting beliefs, loss of unity, and cultural change can be just as powerful. That's part of why Rome still fascinates us. It shows how strength can gradually turn into vulnerability, and how belief in destiny, stability, or leadership often plays a bigger role in history than we admit. The fall of Rome wasn't just about politics or war. It was also about mindset, identity, and transformation. A civilization that once felt eternal, slowly adapted to a new reality. And maybe the biggest lesson is this: civilizations rarely disappear instantly. They change, evolve, and sometimes fade when people stop believing in the systems that once held them together. History always has deeper layers, and Rome's story is full of them.